Of the most popular Professor Amos cleaning products jumping in. I don't think there's anything more popular than the SuperFast Max Concentrated Drain Powder. We're doing an 18-ounce, $37.99 for your, concentrate. It's just amazing what we're doing here. So let's talk about the SuperFast Max Drain Powder.
Yes.
12.8 million sold to HSN customers.
My goodness.
12.8 million have been sold. This is the very first airing of this configuration for the Today Special, and it is a, so incredibly popular, made in the USA.
Yes.
36 applications. It's $1 an application.
$1 an application. SuperFast Max is industry leading when it comes to opening your drain lines. But Helen, you at home, you got to know this. This isn't a drain opener. It's a drain cleaner. What that means is it opens a drain line and it cleans that drain line squeaky clean where there's nothing sticky or oily left behind. Take an application out of here. You mix it to a cup of hot water. Watch what I do. Watch this degreasing technology, this cleaning innovation by my dead Professor Amos. No ammonia, no acid in here. I'm going to pour an application. You don't even have to pour the whole thing. You can divvy this up around the kitchen sink, the bathroom sink, the tub drain. But watch what I want to show you. I'm going to pour a little bit more in there. SuperFast Max has an accelerated formula. What that means to you is it starts to work on contact. You're not going to wait 30 minutes like the consumer products from the store. You give this one 10 seconds or less to go to work. Now, what SuperFast Max is designed to do, it's going to turn your hair into foam. It turns your food into foam. Look at that. Oh, that grease and grime. It turns all the dirt, grease, and oil into drain line. It breaks it down into a foam. You see that degreasing technology? My good. Look at the bug. Look at the hair in there. It breaks all that matter down into foam. We call that saponify. That's the dynamic way that it works by turning everything in the drain into foam. Now that foam, inevitably, it breaks down into a liquid. You just give this about 10 minutes to take place. Then you run hot water for up to 5 minutes. Everything passes right through the drain line, and that's what you're gonna
I got a question.
Yes.
What is it safe on? What kind of pipe?
Let's get that out of the way.
Let's get that out of the way.
So this is safe for any kind of drain lines you have at home. Older homes, newer homes. I'm talking about galvanized steel drain lines, PVC, the old terracotta clay pipes. That's the big ones that run from under the house out to the sidewalk.
Copper?
Copper drain lines, yes. Septic safe. Let's go out into the boat, the RV. You have the black tank, you have the gray tank. You can use SuperFast Max in there, and it doesn't just open the drain lines. It gets rid of the drain gas, the drain odors too. I use it all the time for that myself in my camper. I got a fifth wheel toy hauler. Drain gases are prevalent, but I use this right here.
But am I understanding that for the 20th anniversary, this is the first time we've ever done 18 ounces of the SuperFast Drain Cleaner?
That's right.
Because this is the biggest one I've ever seen, and I just saw that it was 18 ounces, and I know we're doing this special for the 20th anniversary. So 36 applications. This is the launch. This is the first airing of the anniversary, and I'm telling you that if you stand in the shower, you turn it on, and you notice it sort of starts building up, and you feel like your feet are waiting. You're washing yourself, but your feet are kind of soaking in all the dirt and everything. And you're like, and you go back, and you're like, oh, it's draining, and then you think, oh, I gotta call a plumber and everything. You do not. This older homes. I have had an older home. Loved it, couldn't live without it. If you have more than a 2-story home, you do the top floor first to drain down.
Took the words out my mouth.
I know, because I own this and I've used this like for years.
That's crazy because I was going to say that. So yeah, if you live on a 2nd-story home, 3rd-story home, maybe you live in an apartment complex or anything like that. Listen, their pipes get backed up and you start having water coming back up over your feet. It might not even be your dirty water. It could be the person from upstairs or 3 floors up from you. So use a proprietary formula. Like unlike this stuff right here, this is the consumer product that you buy at one of your home stores or one of your depots, the red store, the orange store, the blue store, whatever one you have local. Products like these are highly corrosive. Products like these can hurt your drain lines because they may contain acid, ammonia, bleach, animal fats in there. 90% of the chemicals, they trickle, they ooze, they creep. It all gets past the clog and it ends up down here. You see this curve unit, it's designed to hold fluids to keep odors from coming back up into your house. But when your chemicals are sitting there building heats of up to 180 degrees from these corrosive materials, it can crack your drain line. Then it can cost you hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on if you got to dig into the wall or the sidewalk or the basement floor. Forget about it. Let's give that about 1 minute, and then we're going to come back to it and see if anything happens. Come on over to test tube number 3. You at home, I'm going to do it a little different this time. I'm going to pour the application down, then I want you at home to count to yourself right now, how long does it take for this proprietary formula to activate? How long does it take to go to work to break down all the grease, grime, and oil that's in the drain line? Well, there's about half of this application there. Remember, it's hot water activated. So you take an application, you mix it into a cup of hot water, you can divvy that up around all the different drain lines that you have at home. And I want you to think about what could be lurking or lingering in your drain lines at home. Well, I think that's about 10 seconds, and I already see, if you look real close right there, it's been about 10 seconds, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. There's last week's food, there's last month's food, even last year's food that's hardened and solidified. You see what's happening right there? It's breaking it down into foam like it's designed to do.
Oh my gosh. Right before, look at that. There it goes, there it goes, there it goes. And that's how quick it is. You know what, when I use this, I pour it down, I wait a little while, then I come back with some hot water.
That's right.
Just hot water, flush it all out.
That's it.
So incredibly easy. By the way, for the 20th anniversary, we are doing an 18 ounce. We never do that. I apologize, we're not doing auto ship on it. It's one of these like specials for the show. So you can't ever get this again. You can never get this deal again unless you get it for this show. When you're using this, you can use it all over. And by the way, when you're using those chemicals from the grocery stores, like you're talking about, heating it up, like literally hot temperature wise, right?
That's right.
With those chemicals, and that can expand your pipes. And have you ever had burst pipes? That is bad. That happened to my parents once.
Yeah, I mean,
that is a nightmare.
So many of my friends too, and family.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to think about this, Helen. You at home, think about this. Okay, so your pipes aren't bulletproof. They're not made to get to temperatures of 180 degrees, but them chemicals sure do get them that hot. But think about the colder months around the holidays. Your pipes are extremely cold, and then you pour those chemicals down there. There's drain openers down there from the store. Your drain lines go from extremely cold to hot fast. Inevitably, they end up cracking. That's when it costs you a lot of money. Let's get right back to test tube number 2. I want to establish what this didn't do. So it's been a couple of minutes already.
Right.
Test tube number 2, nothing's happened. The chemicals smell pretty bad right now. One thing they tell you on the back of this bottle, say don't mix chemicals, you can have a bad reaction. Since we have an innovative drain cleaning method, there's no acid in our product, there's no ammonia in our product. I can go right over top of those standing chemicals from the store, the one with the acid in it, the one with the ammonia in it, and I can go right over top of that and not get a chemical reaction like any of those other products do that you buy from the store. Now there's the rest of that. That's about half of an application down there, and you can see already, if you look very closely, it's already moving. All it takes is about 10 seconds for this to go to work. Within 10 minutes, you see the drain line bubbling, you hear it burping, you hear it gurgling, inevitably you hear that suction sound when something goes down. If you don't hear that suction sound when you turn the water on, that's a good indication that you're running into a slow drain or a problem, okay? Look at that go to work. All you have to do now is you're gonna let that break down for a good 10 minutes, and then you're gonna run hot water.
We are live on Facebook, and I am getting a couple of questions. For today's special, the toilet tank, can you use that in an RV?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
I use it in my RV.
Okay.
I have the 5th wheel toy hauler, and I use
that
it.
sounds fancy.
I use it in there all the time.
What about the SuperFast Drain Cleaner?
You can use this in there as well.
Okay, because yes, a lot of folks have RVs that want to know if they can use it.
I'm gonna come on over to test tube number 2. I want to explain what happened here. So everything's been broken down by being saponified. It's all been suspended free. It's all been suspended free from the inside of the drain line. Now you run hot water for up to 5 minutes like Helen said she did, and then you see everything comes back. Squeeze.
Well, and the instructions are on the bottle, so it says to run the warm water through there, and it was super easy. By the way, 12.8 million sold. We're doing an extra 18 ounce, the biggest that we've ever done.
Number.
So just for this 20th anniversary show, and there's no auto ship. There it is, 12.8 million bottles of Professor Amos Drain Cleaner sold in the last 15 years. That's here at HSN. That's only here at HSN.
Yeah.
That's not all around the world. And as you heard when Professor Amos himself, there he is.
That's my dad.
Called in.
That's
he called
my dad.
in a couple of minutes
That's
ago.
My dad.
So exciting. I love it. I want to say hi to Linda, who's out there, and James, and Steve, and Glenda. Like, I'm going to get to all your questions. We're live on Facebook, so I am seeing your questions. This is something you can't live without, even if it keeps you from calling a plumber one time. How much is it to call a plumber one time?
So a service
It's always
call.
a night. It's always a weekend. It's always when you have company.
That's right. So yeah, let's just answer this. So you call the plumber when a plumber comes to your house and he just knocks on your door. It's called a service call. That can cost you about $100. It could double or triple around the holidays. I'm just pouring that half of that application of our SuperFast Max. This right here, this represents all the hardened and solidified grime that's been building up and lingering and lurking on the inside of the drain line. What that represents is last week's food, last month's food, or even last year's food. It's hardened and solidified on the inside of the drain line. SuperFast Max is going to break that down. No question. I mean, don't even take my word for it. Look at some of the amazing reviews online. You'll see that it works. This is amazing when it comes to opening your drain lines. Remember, it's not a drain opener, it's a drain cleaner. So it'll open the drain line and it'll clean that drain line squeaky clean. Nothing oily or sticky left behind. I gotta touch on this. Right here. Take a look at the inside of your shower.
That's where I take a break.
Yes. You'll see it's coated with hair. You stick a light down, it's coated with hair.
And
Remember,
this is realistic, right? This isn't like you prop that you've made up.
No, this is out of the shower stall of the bathroom, okay? It's coated with fats, oils, and greases from the conditioners, the lotions, the potions. You wash your hair one time, you wash your pets one time, the hair goes down into the inside of there and it clings to the walls. It just clings on. It starts to build and build and build till there's a nest of hair that's completely choking out the drain line. I say that to say this. Take a look here. I have a bowl with hair in it. We have one of the only hair dissolving formulas in the country that we know of here at HSN. So if you have a hair problem at home in the drain line, pet hair, human hair, fuzz, lint, fur that's lingering, SuperFast Max is going to break that down. It's going to saponify it. It's going to liquefy it. It's going to turn it into foam, just like you see right there within 10 minutes.
Oh my gosh. And you know, this will, even if like you use it one time and it saves you one plumber visit, obviously worth it.
Paid for itself.
This is all the application. I think it's like 35 applications.
36 applications.
36 applications.
36 times you can clean a drain line.
36 times, and it's about $1 an application. $1, or pay for a plumber to come over nights, weekends, if they come. I mean,
sustainable.
It's sustainable also. I love it. Concentrated. Yep.
Sustainable. Everything's recyclable. You'll love that word. I just got to keep touching on that because everything we do is sustainable. We keep sustainability in mind with Professor Amos products. The bottles are able to be recycled. The packaging is recyclable. 36 applications. That's 36 times you could open the drain line, clean the drain line, safe for any kind of drain line. Older homes, newer homes, apartments, condos. If you live in the association, a couple of us here do. It's safe. You can just show the association the bottle. They'll tell you it's okay for you to use where you live if you're in one of those communities.
Right. Because you have to get like approval or something.
Right.
I'm telling you, if you have an older home and it's like, it's just those, instead of thousands and thousands of dollars to like redo the pipes to get everything, try this first.
Yes.
Trust me, try this first. I mean, okay, go. I know we got more demonstrations. Okay. We've got about a minute left. I want you to show everything that you want to show.
There is no job too big or too small. I want to do a side-by-side demonstration here of our SuperFast Max and test tube number 1. Test tube number 2, this happens all the time. You pour these corrosive materials down the drain. They tell you to pour half the bottle, but you end up pouring the whole bottle. What happens is, test tube number 2, these chemicals get so hot, and when things get hot, they start to expand. And when things expand, it starts pushing back up into the kitchen sink. It starts pushing back up into the tub in the bathroom sink. You don't want things coming back up on you, so use a proprietary formula like our SuperFast Max. You see this one? It's breaking it down other than heating it up and expanding the matter. It's getting the job done. The pipe there is cool, calm, and collective, like I like to say all the time.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm trying to look at your comments. This is a commercial hair salon uses this.
Yes.
Many around the world.
Salons,
This
groomers.
is one of the customers of the commercial business that Professor Amos has, this hair salon. So someone's asking, will it work in the hair in your drain?
Yes.
100%. That's exactly what it's for, and that's a great question. Yeah. All right, well, we are going to be right back with Shock It Clean. So we're going to take a little break.